Part 2, I was interrupted. One of my kids was losing his shit for whatever reason. They tend to do that. So we're going to get back to this. As I was saying in the earlier video, we've got approximately 40 psi of fuel pressure feeding into the fuel system. This is a fuel injected motorcycle despite its age. It does have port fuel injection. You can see in the center of the screen there is a electronically controlled fuel injector, and there is one just like it on the other side. This is a BMW opposed twin. They call it an oil head. Not really sure why. I guess because it has oil in the head, maybe. So with that fresh fuel, and I've got my super handy jump box connected to give this thing electrical power. I don't yet have a new battery for this bike. I didn't want to spend much on it until I was sure that it was actually going to run. So with power, electrical power, and fuel, let's turn on the key and see what happens. Key on. The electrical looks pretty good. The headlight's working. ABS lights are blinking. Not really sure why. This bike does have a pretty extensive analog brake system, which is right here. Let's hit the button and see what happens. Give it a little bit of throttle. Maybe a little bit of choke. There it goes. Turn the choke off. And this bike is running by itself. Aside from the life support that it's on, it's actually running. Now what I did over here, I took this fuel line off right here and applied pressure with the flusher, got the air out of the line, and then I used my power probe right here to actuate this injector. And at first it was stuck, and after actuating it a bunch of times, it started squirting fuel. So I was worried that the fuel injectors were shot from bad fuel, but it appears that this one at least is working. Right now I suspect this engine is running on one cylinder. And I know this cylinder is definitely running because it's getting pretty hot. Like I can't hold on to it much longer than that. It's an air-cooled bike. These cooling fins right here, I can touch it, but if I hold my hand on it very long, it starts to burn a little bit. So let's go over to the other side and check the temperature on this cylinder, the right bank, and this side I can hold my hand on. It's warm, but I can hold my hand on it indefinitely. It's not very hot at all. Here's the exhaust pipe right here. Let's see if that pipe is a little bit hot. I can touch it for about a second. Let's compare that to the other side. This exhaust pipe right here, ooh, that sucker's hot. So this side is definitely firing. The other side isn't. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is play around with the fuel injector on the right bank and see if I can get it to run a little bit better.